Hello everyone. In this video, I want to share some of the tones from Life is But a Dream concept that I really resonated with. So I made some notes about them and I'm going to find where they are in my diary. Yes, I found it. So basically, he drew arrows pointing to each other in a circle and said that this is the kind of energy that we have. Being unlimited energy, we cornered ourselves into the earth, and now we are conditioned and reacting to the electrified fence that we built around us. And we know that our boundaries of that fence are reached when we react to something that others do. So we feel pain when that electrified fence is touched because of what happens to us. So basically, we built up concepts about us, and when someone breaks it, we feel pain. And instead of complaining about it, feeling pain, and reacting to it, and therefore perpetuating this extremely limited energy we closed ourselves into, pain is an opportunity to see the situation in a different way, which Tone calls alchemizing, so that we free eventually ourselves from the fence. So whenever someone hits our fence and we are electrocuted, feeling pain, our boundary, the concepts that we build around us, around the energy that we are, whenever someone breaks it, whenever someone pushes it, we feel that electrocution, that pain, and this should be the sign to alchemize, which means, in my words, I see reframe. Tone uses the word alchemize. So basically see the situation in another way, so that the gravity of the earth is lifted, so that the heaviness is lifted from your energy, that your energy becomes lighter and you become the being of light. I recently started a spiritual support group, and we had our first call a few days ago. I was surprised how many people signed up. Not all showed up on the call, but the people that did were just so lovely. The group consists of people all over the world, and all of us are there to deepen our mindfulness, because there's one thing to watch videos, read books and articles, and collect information. And it's a totally different thing to apply information, especially in a high vibration setting of a group of people who really want to spiritually progress. If you haven't yet took part, I encourage you and I invite you to join my next spiritual support group call, or at least sign up to do the 100 Days to Presence course and watch replays and take part in group calls whenever you have the time and willingness to. I will leave the link below this video, and I hope to see you in my next call. So this is the chance. Pain can be a curse to the ego, but a very good thing for the spirit, because it can free us. Our boundary is reached, our boundary is touched, the energy barrier we created around ourselves. And now is our chance to free ourselves. So how will we look at that situation? So for example, if someone insulted us, we can take it very personally and feel upset, or we can think that maybe something happened in that person's life. Why do they act like this? Maybe they are in pain. It's a higher way of looking at the situation, which results not only in the healing of another person, but in our healing, because the world is just a mirror. So this is from the memory of the YouTube live that he had. Let's see if I missed anything. And everything is aligning, like the lessons that I do, the experiences I'm going through, the tones live that I watch, the revelations that I get, all of it is related. And another thing that was very relevant to me, and again, it's everything is so related, because as a result of doing A Course in Miracles lessons and reading the text, I come to realizations, like I told in the other video about just trying to totally detach from my creation, the creation of this image, the persona, this world, the life. And then I get the corresponding A Course in Miracles lessons or Tone's lives that talk about that thing. So I was thinking about not only thinking, I was practicing how to detach, like detaching from all my creation, everything that shifts, that changes, that is different, that is new, that is old, everything, all my experience is what I created, and we know nothing of the reality of the kingdom of God. So my practice now is to try to detach from everything that is created by us, to totally detach, so that, and it was told in one of my recent lessons, I don't remember which one, it might be 189 or around that lesson. It said that you can reach the kingdom of God, or rather it said that God will itself reach to you. God will himself reach to you if you just detach from everything. Forget about the Course in Miracles, forget about your concepts of God, forget about yourself, forget about this world, forget about your thoughts, forget about your worries. Detach from absolutely everything. And if you can do that, just wait, sit in that detachment, and then God himself will come. So that's what I was reading. And then the next day I was listening to the live of Tone, and he said the same thing. He said that as he was awakening, he got the direction to guidance to leave his phone away, not to use his phone. And it was difficult for him, because it's difficult to sit doing nothing. And he said that if you could just sit for the night, maybe he said for the night or something like that, and stay in that vibration of nothingness, zero, without anything of the world, you will become it. But it's easier said than done, of course. And that reminded me of Buddha, how he got absolutely frustrated with the spiritual search, and he said, I will not get up until I reach enlightenment. And he was just sitting and meditating, and he was determined, and he succeeded. So A Course in Miracles confirms it. Within the lesson, I think 189, Tone told about the same thing, and I had this realization before even listening to Tone or reading the lesson of A Course in Miracles. Everything is just confirming my spiritual realizations. Is so beautiful, and I know everything is connected. I'm the creator of my experience. That's why it's happening. So this is now what I'm going through, trying to the best of my ability to sit for as long as I can without any distractions. And I really hope I will come to the point where I really let go, because I am at a point where I know that in this world nothing fulfills it, nothing is real in this world. It's a desert, and it's told in A Course in Miracles, the thing to do with the desert is to leave. It's nothing there, it's just mirage. And I'm really understanding this, but the habit is still there to look out, to do something in the world. Although I know that first you should seek the kingdom of God, and then everything will be provided for you, because then you will understand you are the creator of everything. Then what's there for you not to have or to do or to experience? You can manifest whatever you want. You can stay in this world, you can stay in the kingdom, you can do everything. But instead of that, we busy ourselves thinking we are the creatures in this world that we ourselves created, and the ego always creates problems and things to do so that we don't have time to sit in totally detached from the world until we become the being itself and understand that we created everything. You see how tricky that is. But I'm at a point where I'm really letting go of all the illusions. I know that the world has nothing to offer, and this allows me to sit more and more, like for longer periods of time, in just total quietness. And I hope that in the end I will be able to let go of absolutely everything, all the concerns, all the things to do, and just really sit and arrive at that base consciousness, not even consciousness, prior to consciousness, the one who I am. So this is what I'm going through, and I cannot record longer, or maybe I still have time. I have a client meeting, but I have still a little bit of time to talk, so that's great. So I guess I can read out some of the notes of my diary, and my diary consists of usually the dreams that I dream, some realizations that I have, but mostly it's quotes, because that's the way that I find it easier to internalize what I read. I write it down and then I read it again, and the process of writing down makes me digest what I read more, and then I can reflect on it. So this is kind of like meditation for me also. So I write a lot of quotes, and this diary that I have, it contains quotes only from A Course in Miracles and from Tone, because Tone is the only person alive that I know that really made it to the other side. It might be others, but most spiritual teachers that I hear, they talk from this side, like what I'm doing now, but they might have taste of the other side, which I did. But Tone is the only person that I know who transitioned to another side and therefore can speak as a being from that side and not about the other side, if you know what I mean. That's why I write his words, and of course the words of Jesus Christ. And the other person that I know from the way that he wrote was transitioned, was Nisargadatta Maharaj for sure. And I recommend his I Am That book to meditate on. He provides keys after keys, keys to freedom. So let's see what I wrote here. Okay, so this is my personal experience. I'm getting the same style of keys like that at the age of 30. So when my crown chakra opened, and I told in this channel about this experience, and Christ was trying to take me out of this earthly persona, but I wasn't ready because my mind was not ready. And now, as I'm doing this through A Course in Miracles, really putting my mind in order for me to successfully transition to the other side, I'm getting the same keys from Christ, which is lots of Christmas symbols. I wonder if any of you get that. For me personally, Christ comes through Christmas symbols, angels, bell sounds, heavenly music, light experiences. So he has the signature, at least the one that he uses for me to recognize him. So that's what I get now, and I did at the age of 30 when I really tried to leave this world, but I did that in a way which was dangerous, without changing my mind, without changing my concepts, which ended up almost badly, but thanks God, nothing serious happened, as I told in another video about this experience. Okay, now a quote from A Course in Miracles. To do nothing is to rest. I will actually record this. I want to read some more from my diary. So I'm going to do a session with my client, and after that I will resume recording.